Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome back to Faithful Friday. It's a good Friday, literally, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad to be here, to be blessed, alive, and well, and here to join you for another Faithful Friday and just talk about how God was faithful on this week. This was a full week, but a good one. God literally was working overtime. I'm talking about with sending miracles, signs, wonders, working out those things that I probably was under pressure about, letting it all work out for my good, things that I had been petitioning, praying for my family, working those things out for our good. This week for me started off with just hope. And I was sharing through my word of the day some of those different things that as I began to command my morning, God was dealing with me on. At the top of the week, it was all about hope and how we got to stop hoping for it. And we literally have to develop strategies and work for it. We're in Q2, and as many that I have spoken with, April is flying out of here. Like the months are going quickly, the days go fast, and time we realize now is not forever. So we have to develop strategies and we have to work for it. Time is not forever, and some things that we would like to do, there is a time frame on when we should do it. And so just stop procrastinating. I know that's something that I can, in all transparency, struggle with at time, is being a procrastinator. And so that's why I'm really big on having a planner, writing things down, having it in my face, because if I don't, I will forget. And so it's all about having a plan in advance. I post on Seasoned to Soar. So if you're not a part of that community, make sure you join. But I post on Season to Soar on Sunday, just tips and tools that help us to strategize for the week and get some things done. And as the week progressed, I was like, okay, I got to stop hoping for it. I got to work for it. I got to believe that God is going to get me through this week, because I will, just admit it was a very challenging week. And it was just at that point, just all about being happy, staying happy. Why? Because it drives people crazy. We have to believe for the best and give those things to God that we can't control, those things that we can't do anything about. And last but not least, we have to learn to stay positive. Be the light that the world so desperately needs right now. There is so much going on that we can be anxious about, but just giving those things to God so that we don't have to stress about it, and then learning to remain content in all seasons. I think I harp on that one quite a bit, learning to be content in all seasons, because we never want to step into a place of being ungrateful, and choosing to fill our mind with those things that are going to feed us in a positive manner. We have to make sure that our inner man is tended to. Sometimes we look good on the outside, but inside we are completely torn up. We want to make sure that we're having some joyful experiences in our life, and that we're not, I repeat, we're not depending on culture to tell us what beauty looks like, because often culture is going to look at the outer man, and inside, many that are celebrated for their outer man or torn up inside. This week for me, it just ended as, with the focus of refuge, figuring out who our refuge is. That means having faith in God and not going into fear mode when disaster strikes. Unfortunately, a lot of us have seen a lot of disaster strike lately, and we have to realize that, yes, our strength and our courage, it comes from God. And even when everything around us is crumbling, we can find refuge in Him, because He is the only one, and I do mean the only one, that can offer us comfort and peace in those difficult times in which we all can deal with. We can encounter, we may have to face. He will give us peace and comfort through those times. Because again, with all of the chaos that's going on in the world, we cannot afford to put our confidence in the world. However, we have to place our confidence in the King. In the King. He's my King, and that's where I place my confidence, because I know He's never let me down. Listen, y'all, it's literally a Good Friday. I hope that you're ending the week on a good note, that you're grateful for how God just continues to be faithful in your life. Remember, if you're out and about on your disconnect this weekend, if it is your disconnect, remember, if you're out and about, make sure that you let your light shine. Why? Because your transparency leads to so many others being transformed. This has been your girl 7. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I will see you soon.